Hi everyone, it's Miss Nelson here. I am going to be teaching you about proper nouns today. So our WALT for today, we are learning to recognise proper nouns and use them correctly in our writing. There's 3 success criteria, so 3 things that you should be able to do by the end of today's lesson. The first thing that you need to be able to do is that you must be able to define a proper noun. That means that you can tell me what a proper noun is. The second success criteria is that you will be able to give examples and you'll be able to recognise a proper noun. So that means that you'll be able to give me some examples of a proper noun and that you'll be able to tell what a proper noun is just by looking at it. And the third thing that you need to do to be successful today is that you need to be able to use a capital letter when you write a proper noun. If you don't use a capital letter, then you're spelling it incorrectly. So let's have a look at our first slide. So I'm just going across, and that is our definition. Okay, so that means that we have to come up with what a proper noun is. Just one sentence, so you need to either write down your definition if you're taking notes, or this is the time in the video where your teacher's going to pause the video and you're going to either brainstorm as a class your definition for a proper noun, or you're going to partner share and come up with a definition for a proper noun together. So now's the time you need to pause the video. Okay, hopefully you have come up with a definition of your own, or you've come up with a definition as a class or with a partner. Let's see if it matches up with our definition that we're going to have up here. So, having a look at our slide, a proper noun is a special noun for a person or a place or other specific things. Okay, so a proper noun is a special noun for a person or a place or other specific things. So that's why we have to have a capital letter to start our proper noun. It's something special. It's something really specific. It's not so general as a common noun. Alright, and we'll have a look at some examples to try and get your understanding a little bit better. So, some examples. So again, this is the point in the video where you need to try and come up with some of your own examples for a proper noun. And if you're taking notes, you need to write those down. Otherwise, your teacher's going to pause the video and you're going to have a brainstorm as a class coming up with some proper nouns, or you're going to partner share and come up with some proper nouns together. So now I need you to pause the video. Okay, hopefully you have got some examples of a proper noun either written down or you've had a go as a class of talking about some proper nouns. So I'm going to give you some examples now. See whether maybe you had the same ones or maybe you had something similar. So the first one would be a name. So James Telson. That's a first and a last name, and both of those words need a capital letter because that is a proper noun. Okay. Another proper noun that a lot of people sometimes forget is street names. All street names should have a capital letter. So if I was going to say Harrison Street, I need a capital H and a capital S because it's the name of a street. It's a place, and that's special. Okay? Any towns or cities or countries, they all need capital letters. So America needs a capital letter. It is a proper noun. It's special. It's a place. It's very specific. Alright? And again, a city. So we could use Chicago as our city. It is a special place and it needs a capital letter. Okay? Some other examples of proper nouns are the days of the week. Every single day of the week has to start with a capital letter. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, hopefully you might have come up with those examples when you did your brainstorm or you wrote them down. They all need to have capital letters. So do months. So March is a proper noun. It is the name of a month. It's very specific. Okay, and of course holidays. They also have capital letters. So you could be thinking Christmas. That's got a capital letter. All right, and seasons, I'm running out of room. Winter is a capital letter, okay? And then, I am running out of room. I'm just going to make my writing a little bit smaller. I want to fit in one more. Brands of things. So Nike clothing. It's a capital N because it's the name of a brand. Just like names of shops or names of restaurants, they all have capital letters. So think of some of the places that you might have been to for dinner or lunch. They should be starting with capital letters as well. All right? Hopefully that gives you a good idea. There's so many words that we need to use capital letters for. These are all proper nouns. So just in case you're taking notes and you want to be really specific, examples of proper nouns. Okay, so I'm wondering whether they matched up with some of yours. So now we need to be able to recognize a proper noun in a sentence. So if I write a sentence, I want you to have a go. We'll have a go together at recognizing the proper noun. So if you're taking notes, you might want to write down the proper noun, or you might want to write down the whole sentence and underline the proper noun if you have time, or you can just listen and see if you can think of what the proper noun is in that sentence. Okay, so our first sentence is, my favourite country is Australia. So, having a look at this sentence, it's very clear to me, and it should be very clear to you, what the proper noun is in that sentence. It is quite, you must have a full stop at the end of every sentence, guys. It's Australia, okay? There's two reasons that I know that Australia is the proper noun, and two reasons that you should have known. It has a capital A, and it is the name of a country. It is special. It has to have a capital letter. So that is a proper noun. Let's have a look at another sentence. My dog Spot loves to chase sticks. Okay, so write down, if you're taking notes, write down the proper noun in this sentence or have a discussion with your partner. What is the proper noun in this sentence? Okay, hopefully you've had a very quick talk about that or quickly written that down. I can see very clearly that the proper noun in this sentence is Spot. It starts with a capital letter and it's the name of the dog. Okay, so if I just said my dog loves to chase sticks, I wouldn't need to use a capital letter. But because I said my dog Spot, and that's his name, I have to use a capital letter because it's special, it's very specific. Okay, let's try another one. You should be getting a bit better at this now with practice. Miss Nelson teaches us English. There's two proper nouns in this sentence. See if you can either write down both of them if you're taking notes, or very, very quickly tell your partner what those two proper nouns are. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I can see very clearly me, with Miss Nelson, that is who I am, I have to have a capital letter, not just for Nelson, but also for Miss. Okay, that's part of my name and it's special, and we use that a lot for teachers. We always start Miss, Mr, Mrs, capital letter, and Nelson. And the other proper noun that I can see here is English. And that has a capital E. It is the name of a language, okay? Any names of languages, just like countries, have to start with a capital letter. Alright, hopefully you were able to guess those or work those out using your own knowledge. Let's try one more and then we're going to move on to using the proper nouns in a sentence. Okay. So, have a look for the proper noun in this sentence. On Monday, we are going to the beach. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to either write down the proper noun or tell your partner what the proper noun is. 5, 4, 1. Okay. The proper noun in this sentence, I can very clearly see that it's Monday. Monday's a proper noun. It's a name of the week and it starts with a capital letter. Sometimes people get confused and might think that beach should have a capital letter. It is a place, but it's not as special as giving the name of the beach. If I said on Monday we are going to Waikiki Beach, I would need a capital letter for Waikiki and beach because that is its name. It's very specific and it's much more special. But because I just said on Monday we are going to the beach, I don't need a capital letter. I haven't given you the name of the beach, so it is not a proper noun. It is quite general and it's not very special. Okay, so let's move on. Hopefully now you are pros at finding the proper noun in the sentence and being able to see it. Now we're going to use proper nouns in a sentence correctly. So proper nouns always have to start with a sentence. Proper nouns always have to start with a capital letter. Okay? If you don't start the proper noun with a capital letter, it is wrong. And it's something that's very easy to make that mistake with. So right now is the time where your teacher's going to pause the video and I want you to come up with 3 sentences. In those 3 sentences, you must have at least one proper noun. You can have more than one if you want, but every sentence has to have at least one proper noun. And in that sentence, I would like you to please underline the proper noun that you have used and make sure that you have used a capital letter. So by the end of this time, when your teacher thinks that you're all finished, you should have 3 sentences written down on your page, and each of those sentences should have a proper noun with a capital letter. If you're brainstorming as a class or as a partner, maybe as a class you can come up with 3 sentences together, or as with your partner you can come up with 3 sentences, but each sentence must have a proper noun. So if you're going to share your sentence with the class, you should be able to tell them what the proper noun is. Okay, so now's the time to pause the video so that you can do those sentences. Okay, while you guys were doing that and your video was paused, I came up with 3 sentences of my own. Hopefully yours were a little bit more creative than mine and you had lots of descriptive language in there. Mine were a little bit rushed, so I probably could have done better. I hope yours are better than mine. So the first one was, my favourite holiday is Easter because we get to eat chocolate. And I didn't underline my proper noun, so that's a bit naughty. I asked you to do it. So Easter was my proper noun in this sentence. It is a holiday and it is special. The second sentence, I am going to England to visit my sister. England is the proper noun in this sentence. Some people might get confused and think sister is the proper noun, but I didn't say her name. So I'm not using, it is not a proper noun. It is quite general and it is a common noun. And my third sentence, it is freezing cold. I tried to put a descriptive language in there, descriptive word, because we are in the middle of a frosty winter. And again, I was naughty, guys. Hopefully you remembered to underline your proper noun. Winter is my proper noun in this sentence. I did put some descriptive language in there, but not enough. Your sentences should have been a bit more creative than mine. So they're my 3 sentences. So now we're at the end of our lesson. We're just going to do a quick review and make sure that we met our success criteria. So right now we're going to discuss the 3 success criteria. The first one was that we can define a proper noun. So hopefully you can remember the definition for your proper noun. You might want to quickly go back and look at your notes, or your teacher might be able to pause the video for you now and you can quickly tell your partner or share with the class what your definition is. So our definition was a proper noun is a special noun, always spell that, a special noun for a person or a place or other specific things. So remember, beach is not specific. It is not the name of something. It wasn't a proper noun, but Waikiki Beach was. Alright, our second criteria was that we can give examples of proper nouns and we can recognize a proper noun. So you can pause your video now if you need to and either go back and look at your notes, some examples, or share with a partner, share with a class. What are some examples of a proper noun? Cover that one first, and when you come back, we'll see if we can recognize proper nouns. Alright, hopefully you had a chance to give some examples and you could remember, or you went back through your notes and saw the examples you'd written down. The other thing was that we can recognize a proper noun. So I'm going to write a sentence right now. I'm not going to give you any clues, and I want you to please either underline the proper noun or write down the proper noun or tell your partner what the proper noun is in this sentence. Okay, here is your sentence. My favorite brand of shoes is Asics. Okay, my favorite brand of shoes is Asics. I want you to either write down the noun, the proper noun in that sentence, or tell your partner what the proper noun is, or you might be able to just share with the class and to your teacher what is the proper noun. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to do that. 3, 2, 1. Okay, the proper noun in this sentence is Asics. It's a name of something. Okay, so that's our second criteria. And the final one was that we can use a capital letter when we write proper nouns. I don't think I even need to write anything down for that. I think that we did lots of practice if we go back to our examples and we used capital letters for all of these proper nouns. Okay, so I want you guys to really practice that every time you use a proper noun, don't be lazy, make sure you use a capital letter for it. Okay, sometimes I think that we might know what the proper noun is, but we either forget or we rush and we don't use a capital letter. So please make sure every time you add a proper noun, you use a capital letter. Okay, and that's all from me today. I hope you guys have learned a lot about proper nouns, and you need to make sure you practice these. Like I've said before, you go home and teach your parents what a proper noun is. You could teach a brother or a sister what a proper noun is. You could teach your friends what a proper noun is. But if you can tell someone else what it is, then you are going to know that you really understand a proper noun. Thanks so much for listening, guys.